Welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down Agentic AI, and I want you to forget about all the complex code for a minute and instead think of it as a brand new kind of digital workforce, one that you can actually build and manage. We're going to explore how these autonomous systems can become a really powerful part of your team.
So here's our game plan. We're going to give you a really clear framework for thinking about this technology. We'll start with the basics. What are these agents? Then we'll peek inside their decision-making process. After that, we'll explore how to organize them into effective teams, see how they actually learn on the job, and maybe most importantly, we'll cover how to build trust in these autonomous systems.
All right, let's dive right in. First, we need to understand what makes this new type of AI so incredibly different from the tools you're probably using today. Think of this as the very beginning of the hiring process for your first digital employee. At its core, Agentic AI is an independent actor. You see, you don't give it a bunch of step-by-step commands. Instead, you give it a high-level goal, something like, hey, reduce our supply chain costs by 15%. From there, it perceives its environment, it reasons about the best way to get that done, and then it executes on its own. It's really less like a piece of software and more like an autonomous team member you can delegate a goal to.
And that's the crucial difference right there. It's this shift from dependence to true autonomy. Think about it. Traditional AI, like a chatbot or a data tool, just sits there and waits for your prompt. But agentic AI, it takes the goal you set and proactively works towards it, adopting as things change without needing you to step in at every little turn.
So now let's look under the hood a little bit. Let's try to understand the basic process our new digital employee uses to actually get work done. I mean, what's the thought process that's driving its actions?
It's a really simple but incredibly powerful three-step loop. First up is perception. It sees what's happening. Maybe it's reading real-time sales reports. Next comes the cognitive layer. This is where it analyzes that data, spots a performance dip in a certain region, and decides what to do about it. And finally, there's action. It carries out that decision. Maybe it autonomously drafts an alert email to the regional manager, complete with all the relevant data points. So it's just see, decide, and do.
Okay, this is where it gets really powerful, because you can move beyond just a single agent. Just like with your human employees, you can structure your AI agents into teams, and how you do that has a huge impact on their performance and the kinds of problems they can solve.
Now, what's so interesting here is how much this mirrors the org charts we're all familiar with. On one hand, you've got a vertical architecture. It's hierarchical, perfect for automating something like an entire procurement process, from the initial request through approvals all the way to the final payment. On the other hand, a horizontal architecture is flat. It's collaborative. Imagine using that to simulate a new product launch, where one agent plays the consumer, another plays a competitor, and a third is analyzing the market in real time.
And this just nails it. The strategic decision here isn't just about the technology. It's about matching the team structure to the business task at hand, right? You wouldn't use an assembly line for creative strategy, and you wouldn't use a brainstorming team for a simple repetitive workflow. Well, the exact same logic applies to your digital workforce.
Now this is where it gets truly exciting, because the real power comes from an agent's ability to get better over time. You don't just hire them for one skill. You expect them to grow and improve at their jobs, just like you would with a star employee.
So that's the big question, right? How do these digital workers actually learn and improve without a human manager training them step by step? How do they develop new skills while they're on the job?
Well, the answer is a process called reinforcement learning. And you can think of it like performance-based training. Whenever the agent takes an action that improves a key metric, say reducing processing time or boosting sales conversions, it gets a digital reward. But if an action leads to a bad outcome, it gets a penalty. By constantly trying to maximize its rewards, the agent automatically fine-tunes its strategy, becoming more and more effective all on its own.
Okay, let's talk about the final and maybe most critical piece. If these agents are going to be making autonomous decisions for your organization, you absolutely have to be able to trust them. And that requires a whole new kind of management and oversight.
These 5 principles are basically the essential guardrails for making sure everything operates safely and effectively. The agent has to be autonomous, but within clear safety limits. It needs to be goal-directed, adaptable, and modular so you can update it easily. But one of these is especially critical for executive oversight and for building that all-important trust. And that principle is transparency. This is the absolute key to trust. It's the AI equivalent of asking your employee, hey, why did you do that? And getting a clear, logical answer back.
For any critical application, the ability for the AI to explain its reasoning, well, that's non-negotiable if you want to build real confidence in its decisions.
So as we wrap this up, the real question isn't if you're going to use this technology, but where you're going to start. Will you hire a single agent to autonomously manage your inventory? Or maybe build a collaborative team of agents to wargame your next market entry strategy? Your first digital employee is ready to be hired. The only question is, what job will you give it?